Imagine waking up tomorrow to a world where U.S. policies have flipped overnight. The rules of global trade and diplomacy are rewritten in a heartbeat. For Singapore, a small yet fiercely trade-dependent nation, this isn't just another shift in the global landscape. It's a seismic event that could redefine its economy, security, and standing in the world. With Donald Trump's America First agenda back in play, Singapore finds itself at a crossroads. Will this second term open doors to new opportunities, or will it bring unprecedented challenges that could shake the nation to its core? For Singapore, the stakes have never been higher. The question is, how will this city-state navigate the storm ahead? Let's dive in, starting with the opportunities. Because yes, even in chaos, there's always a silver lining. One thing about Trump's policies, they stir the pot. And when the U.S. and China lock horns over tariffs and trade wars, it's countries like Singapore that can step in to fill the gaps. With its strategic location and world-class infrastructure, Singapore is perfectly positioned to serve as a neutral transshipment hub. Companies looking to bypass U.S. China tariffs could use it as their go-to route for rerouting goods. Think of it as the Switzerland of global trade, a safe, reliable, and neutral middle ground. But it's not just about goods. It's also about technology. During Trump's first term, restrictions on Chinese tech giants like Huawei disrupted global supply chains and forced companies to rethink their strategies. If similar disruptions return, Singapore could emerge as a critical hub for research, innovation, and advanced manufacturing. Its reputation for neutrality and its robust digital infrastructure make it an attractive choice for firms navigating a fragmented tech landscape. With its rapidly growing tech ecosystem, Singapore is uniquely positioned to attract investments in areas like artificial intelligence, fintech, and smart manufacturing. These industries are not just aligned with Singapore's long-term goals. They are key to cementing its status as a leading innovation hub in Asia. Initiatives such as the country's Smart Nation program and investments in 5G infrastructure highlight Singapore's ambition to stay ahead in this fast-changing sector. This dual role, facilitating global trade and pioneering tech innovation, underscores Singapore's potential to turn disruption into opportunity. Sounds promising, right? But here's the catch. These opportunities come wrapped in challenges that are just as big, if not bigger. First off, let's talk trade. Trump's protectionist policies are designed to shield U.S. industries, and that often comes at the expense of exporters worldwide. Singapore, whose economy is 3 times more reliant on trade than its GDP, could feel the squeeze. High-value exports like electronics and pharmaceuticals might face tougher access to U.S. markets. A dip in export demand could ripple through Singapore's economy, affecting jobs, growth, and business confidence. Now, consider the fallout of U.S. tariffs on Chinese goods. Those products don't just disappear. They flood other markets, including Southeast Asia. Cheaper Chinese goods could undercut local manufacturers in the region, creating intense competition. While Singapore isn't a manufacturing powerhouse for mass-market products, it could still face indirect pressure, especially in its role as a trade and logistics hub. And then there's the messy business of supply chains. Trade wars and protectionist policies disrupt the finely tuned machinery of global logistics. Singapore, as one of the world's busiest ports, could find itself caught in the crossfire. Delays, increased shipping costs, and supply shortages could hit its businesses hard, challenging the very system that has made Singapore a global trade leader. What happens when the lifeblood of Singapore's trade flows, the intricate web of supply chains, gets tangled? Imagine delays rippling across industries, affecting everything from semiconductors to the simple goods we take for granted. Singapore's role as a logistics hub is not just about efficiency. It's about reliability. When that reliability is threatened, the ripple effects can extend far beyond its borders. Currency movements add another layer of complexity. When the US dollar strengthens during periods of economic uncertainty, currencies like the Singapore dollar often follow suit. While a strong Singapore dollar can lower the cost of imported raw materials, it also has downsides. It makes Singaporean exports pricier, potentially reducing demand. In the tourism sector, higher costs may deter travelers who are budget-conscious, pushing them toward more affordable destinations like Malaysia or Thailand. This shift could significantly impact Singapore's economy, where travel and hospitality play a vital role. Tourists who do visit might cut back on discretionary spending, shopping, dining, and entertainment, which could ripple through industries like retail and food services. For Singapore, fewer high-spending tourists could mean slower growth and reduced job creation in these key sectors. Maintaining its appeal as a premium destination with unique experiences will be critical to staying competitive in the region. Singapore's strategic partnership with the U.S. is built on shared interests, not dependency. Hosting U.S. air and naval forces since the 1990 Memorandum of Understanding has given America a vital presence in the Asia-Pacific, while Singapore has benefited from strengthened defense collaboration and regional stability. But under Trump's second term, the defense landscape could become more complicated. His administration's confrontational stance towards China, particularly in the South China Sea, might intensify. For Singapore, which thrives on neutrality, navigating this growing rivalry could be its biggest challenge. If Singapore is pressured to take sides, will it risk its long-held neutrality for security or gamble on economic repercussions from a key partner? Choosing to align closely with the U.S. could bolster defense ties, but provoke economic retaliation from China, while leaning toward China might compromise its strategic security arrangements with the U.S. This delicate balancing act is not just about diplomacy, it's about survival in a region shaped by power struggles. For Singapore, the real test lies in preserving its role as a stabilizing force in the region without alienating either of these global powers. Under Trump, international systems like the United Nations and World Trade Organization could see their influence wane. These institutions, which uphold a rules-based global order, are vital for small nations like Singapore. A weaker global system means less predictability, making it harder for Singapore to navigate international waters. The solution? Singapore may need to double down on regional diplomacy. Strengthening its role within ASEAN could provide a counterbalance to U.S. unpredictability. By fostering closer ties with neighboring countries, Singapore can build a buffer against global instability and ensure its voice is heard on the world stage. So, where does this leave Singapore? The opportunities are real, but the challenges are formidable. To thrive, Singapore will need to stay agile. Diversifying trade partnerships, investing in technology, and deepening regional ties are no longer optional. They're essential. The stakes are high, but if history has shown anything, it's that Singapore has a knack for turning crises into opportunities. As Prime Minister Lawrence Wong recently stated, Singapore must adapt, remain shrewd, and show resilience in the face of change. The country has already started working on ambitious projects to secure its future, including initiatives aimed at boosting tourism and innovation. These efforts demonstrate Singapore's determination to stay ahead in an increasingly competitive global market. One thing I've learned from living and working in Singapore is how they always prepare far ahead, thinking not just of the next 5 years, but the next 20. They anticipate challenges and act early to mitigate risks. It's a nation that thrives on resilience, ready to face what's coming and turn obstacles into opportunities. Now, it's your turn to join the conversation. What do you think about Singapore's ability to navigate these challenges? How do you see the country's future in a rapidly changing world? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated. Let's work together to keep this dialogue alive and spread the message of resilience and innovation.